Oh my god, I put my pants on inside out. I couldn't tell cause the lights were out.
Hi guys, so I'm really bad at this YouTube thing. I'm gonna admit, I'm really bad at it. But anyways, today, I was feeling really I don't know how to explain it, but I just need to talk about something. So recently for school, I wrote a research paper about being pro-choice and being pro-life. And I personally am pro-choice because, I value life as it is. I think that children are a wonderful gift, but I feel like a woman should have the right to have an abortion, and I feel like a woman should have the right to have birth control and have other contraception available to her. I don't think that abortion is great and that I'm all for abortion and whatever, but I, as a woman, think that if I were to get pregnant and I didn't want to, then I should have the right to have an abortion. Of course, partial births and late-term abortions, I don't like those or support those unless the mother's life is at risk. But once you're past your first trimester, I feel like you shouldn't have an abortion, because at that point the fetus is developing and it has a brain and all this other stuff. So I feel like after the first trimester, or even half of the second, should be the cutoff point for you being able to have an abortion, because at that point you know you're pregnant and you know whether you want to have the child or not. And if you don't, then you should have gotten an abortion 7 weeks ago or whatever, because it's the child is already developing spine and fingers and a brain and a nervous system and all of that. But I feel like the government shouldn't even be involved in a woman's reproductive choices, especially trying to shut down Planned Parenthood. And even if abortion became illegal, if it was illegal for you to go to a clinic and obtain an abortion, then people are going to resort to back alley ways of aborting a pregnancy. It's gonna happen. And back alley ways of abortion are more dangerous to the woman. They're more dangerous to her future fertility. They can kill her. Back alley ways of abortion is so much more dangerous to the lives that you have now than going to a clinic, getting an abortion by a doctor who knows what they're doing, and then walking out knowing that if you want to have a kid later in the future, then you can, because your fertility has not been compromised. But I feel like the government doesn't have the right to control whether a woman has an abortion or not, because it shouldn't matter to them. Why is this so important for the government to try and take control of? They want to control every aspect of everyone's lives, down to whether they have a child or not. And I know me, right now at this point that I am in my life, if I were to get pregnant, right in this second, I would be on my way to an abortion clinic, because I'm not ready to have a child. I'm not in the financial space that I need to be in to have a child, and I'm not mentally mature enough to handle having a child, and that's something that should be considered when the government is thinking about whether they should take away our rights to have an abortion or not. And then also free birth control. They want to take that away too. So if you take away birth control and then you want to take away abortions, like you're taking away something that can keep women from getting abortions because they'll be protected and they'll have that contraception. Like, that doesn't make sense. And then I think most of the whole debate is about religion, and it's against the Bible to have an abortion because, you know, children are a gift from God and whatever. But okay, children are a gift, okay, but if you're not ready to have one, or like if you were raped or gotten pregnant out of like incest or something, then you should have the right to have an abortion because you don't want that memory stuck in your head. And if you had a child, they're gonna feel your anger toward whatever the situation was because they're a result of it. And that's gonna make the child feel horrible. And it's like, there are children, like, girls are maturing and going through puberty a lot earlier than they were before. Like, there are girls like 10, 11 years old that are having their period and are able to get pregnant. And if something happens to them and they get pregnant, you want a 10-year-old child to have a kid when they're still a kid themselves? Like, that doesn't make sense. Like, if a 10-year-old were to become pregnant because of something, their parent should have the right to take them to a clinic and let them have an abortion because they're only a child themselves. And people say, you know, if you get pregnant then you shouldn't have an abortion, just put it up for adoption. But if every woman who ever got pregnant but didn't want the child put it up for adoption, do you know how many children there would be in foster homes and just in bad environments and on the streets? The teen homeless, like, average would go up by thousands if that were a thing. Because there would be thousands and millions of children that are put on the street after they're 18 or 16 or whatever because they don't have a home or parents that care about them. I don't understand why the government or why people want abortion to be illegal to begin with, because I don't understand why what I do with my reproductive system, what the frick? I don't know why what I do with my reproductive system matters to other people so much, because it's not your body, it's my body, and I get to decide what happens to it. Like, you have no right to tell me what I can and cannot do with my body. And then, you know, if abortion is such a horrible thing, then why isn't the government working to make smoking and drinking while pregnant illegal? Because that's more harmful to a child than an abortion. Because there are thousands of pregnant women that smoke and drink throughout their pregnancy, and then their children come out with Down syndrome or, you know, fetal alcohol syndrome that affects them for the rest of their lives and can actually shorten their lifespan by a lot. But that's not illegal. You see tons of pregnant women just smoking cigarettes and drinking their beers and taking shots of vodka. Like, why isn't that illegal? Because if I can get arrested for aborting a child because it's murder, then they should get arrested for attempted murder or freaking abuse or something. Because they're abusing their child that's not even born yet. and they're just destroying their child. But that's okay. Like, you don't hear people talking about that. Oh, let's make smoking and drinking illegal while you're pregnant because it damages the child. No, let's make abortion illegal because it's murder. It doesn't make sense. Like, if you're gonna try and protect a child from everything. From anything that a mother can do to it. Smoking, drinking, taking drugs, all of that. That should be illegal to do while pregnant too, because it's damaging the child just as much as an abortion would. Just a little food for thought. Think about that. So this is probably going to be one of the most controversial videos I've ever posted, but it's how I feel, and it's what I'm going to post. So, have a great day, guys. Leave a comment down below about how you feel about being pro-choice or being pro-life. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.